Welcome. On this channel, I do unscripted, unedited videos about Linux programming and stuff. I am primarily working on a mini MMO learning experiment called Space Captain, and for that particular project, I am working on using Claude to refactor a Q module. And we'll jump back in with that. So let's, I'm going to launch Claude. We are going to take a look at our, so I had Claude previously generate these to-do notes. Seems I still have it open. And we're just kind of, it was larger. We're just kind of whittling away at it. I'm not going to do that. Add parameter validation before assertions. I actually want to see what it does for that. I kind of get the suggestion, but I want to see more concretely what it's actually proposing. So I tend to use a propose then apply cycle for everything. So propose the necessary changes to source q.c to add parameter validation before assertions. See what it gives us here. Looking at the code, I can see recent commits have already addressed the issue of replacing assertions with, okay, however, there are still some, so it's looking at the commit history here. However, there are still some assert.h includes that are no longer needed since all assertions have been removed. Here are the necessary changes. Remove, assert, all functions already have property. The code already implements. So yeah, do the thing. That's an easy one. The necessary changes have been made. So we want to propose a... okay, so there's no way that it broke anything, but we're going to test it anyway. Make clean, make test. Just to be sure. Don't want to go and commit it with broken tests. That is the kind of thing that would make me sigh as an engineering manager. Okay, so propose a commit message. Don't forget to include a single line a single attribution line for Claude. I don't know why I like put periods on there or commas, and well, the commas maybe, but the periods, it's just adding tokens. Probably not. I don't know how it really parses it. The assert.h is no longer blah 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 blah. It did the thing. Apply the proposed commit. Yes. Okay, so let's take a look. What's next? So, gone. I think this one we will be doing. So, clear. Propose the necessary changes. So I'm always trying to limit its scope, right? So I'm saying, hey, only change in this file. Propose the necessary changes in source q.c to fix constant correctness. Oops, I'm trying to use Vim motions, and that ain't right. 2. fix constant correctness issues in the queue is empty and queue is full and queue get size. We'll just leave it all that way. Functions. Again, it's possible, given the number of changes we've done, that some of these might have been addressed just, inadvertently in other changes, and then other ones won't have been. I can see the const correctness issues in the header file. The following queue is empty, queue is full, and queue get size correctly take const queue parameters. However, I totally was not done reading that. In the implementation Q.C, these functions are casting away the const qualifier when locking and unlocking the mutex. The issue is that pthread, mutex lock, and pthread require non-const pointers, but they are trying to use them as const q. The cast is a workaround, but violates constant correctness. Here's the fix. Remove the const qualifier in the parameter, since these functions need to lock the mutex, which modifies the queue's internal state. Okay, makes 100% sense. Yes. Actually, no. I probably too late. Actually, let's just stop it. So, propose the necessary changes in test q test.c to support the above described and get it to do it all in one shot here. It probably really doesn't make much difference. It might even make it slower this way, I guess. Good news. The test file doesn't need any changes. Awesome. Apply the proposed... Nope. Repair. Yeah, no, apply. Apply the proposed changes. And then the get message. Yep. Okay, so propose a commit message for the current change set. And again, it forgot the attribution line. So do the same. Propose a commit set, or propose a commit message for the current change set. Don't forget to include a one-line attribution for Claude. Why do I have to put that in there every time? It's in the memory file in the Claude.md. But there we go. Apply the proposed commit. Yes. Let's make sure we didn't break anything. Make clean. Make clean. Make test. I do still half kind of want to be able to disable the error outputs on when running the tests because they make you look at them. But we'll leave them for now. Get status, get push, get hub main, clear, clear. Back to here. So we just did that one. These are getting bigger to be bigger deals. Move the timeout. Okay, so move the I could have swore that these already were in the header file, but I'm gonna let it suggest a change here. Propose a change that would move the queue timeout constants to header to the header file. I do not want to make them. I think they're already in the header file. In fact, I'm going to go look. Presumably, it'll show me right now, but otherwise, I'm going to go look. Is it really in queue timeout? Is it really in... So they are in C, move them to H. Why did it put it in C before? I didn't even notice. Move queue capacity constant from C to H. Verify the change compiles successfully. Move them up. I'll move the timeout constants from P, blah, 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 blah. Do you want to make these... yes. Yes. No. The only thing I mean, it shouldn't be breaking, if it compiles, it shouldn't be breaking the test, because we didn't change anything except for where these things were defined. And it's running the tests anyway, so I don't have to. That was a nice, easy one. I do have to say, Claude does work faster than I do. That is for sure. Move queue pop timeout, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Okay, so it did this already, but make clean. I seen it do this. I'm still doing it because, you know, OCD or something. Make test. Oops. And then I can't type it like 5 times. So we'll let that run for a second. Prepare a git commit message for the current change set. Don't forget to include a 1-line attribution for Claude. All the tests pass. I was listening to some other people on YouTube, and they're talking about having multiple Claude prompts running at the same time. I can see it, right? Because it's not super fast, but I imagine that they're using like Git. I think they must be using like Git work trees or something when they're doing that. Anyway, so we want to apply commit the apply the proposed commit. So let's come over here. We're doing that one. We're never going to do that one. Not a chance. Not doing that one. I mean, come on. There's like 6 functions or something. Create separate modules for different queue variants. Nope. Okay. So now it's just a decision whether we attack these things, add memory barriers or atomic operations where appropriate. I'm going to see what it proposes for these. Consider implement reader-writer locks for read-only operations. Review and document thread safety guarantees. I'm going to run these. I don't know what it's going to do. So here we're just applying that commit still. Clear git status. So git push GitHub main. We're gonna do this one. So propose the necessary changes to source q.c so that, I don't remember what it said, so that okay, to implement reader-writer locks for read-only operations. Oh, I didn't spell propose very well, but I bet you it doesn't care. I'll analyze the queue, implementation, and propose. It can spell better than I can. To implement reader-writer locks for read-only operations. Definitely getting down there. Might actually ask it to suggest changes one more time, but I'm pretty positive everything it's going to suggest are things that we'll choose not to implement. Actually, the main lock, add a separate mutex for condition variable operations. Use pthread read-write lock or read lock for the read-only operations. Use handle the complex interaction between RW locks and condition variables in blocking operations. Okay, so apply the proposed changes, and then we'll do the tests in a separate. I'm not sure if that's easier on if it makes a smaller prompt working set to let it commit those changes, or if it's better to do the entire get the entire suggestion for the code and test changes done before applying. I'm not sure which is better. I can't say is that I've noticed a difference. I know I've done it both ways. Not very intentionally, though. I should probably do it both ways intentionally just to see what I get. So I'm not going to really understand this well. And I mean, I get the gist of what it's doing, right? But I don't know I don't know about the nuance of doing it. And so if it comes out of this still working, I'm going to assume that it did it right. At this point, with our 50 plus tests in the test suite, we're covering every operation that we would ever be doing. Do you want to make this edit? Yes. We're using every function in pretty much every way that we'll ever be using it in the code, because we're really going to have a fairly simplistic use of it. So I don't have any doubt that the test coverage would turn up issues at this point. Do you want to make this edit to Q.C? Yes. Do you want to make this edit? Yep. I don't see any reason not to. We're gotten this far. I mean, the only thing we're really doing here is increasing the internal complexity of this Q module. Using it from the outside, I don't think shouldn't be any more complex. So, do you want to make this? Yes. And what we're doing here is probably going to be of benefit on the performance side, which is a concern that I have down the road. I'm sure we'll still end up performance tuning it, but. Do you want to make? Yep. I think, honestly, I've gotten far enough with this. I can come back at any time and ask for a code review from Claude on this particular module on the queue. So at this point, I think we have a pretty standard, robust queue, and this will probably be good enough. I'll take a quick look at the rest of those to-dos, but I think it's time to move on to the really, really hard stuff of actually getting the epoll loop working the way I want it, along with the client. Obviously, those two pieces have to work in lockstep. I might actually... Oh, here we go. Great, alt test pass. Replaced. Yep, update, initialize. Here, handling update. I want to take a look at the size of the change set here. So the only changes are in get. So this is C. So definitely, yeah. It's definitely not like changing the logic at all. So I'm good here. What we want to do now is propose alt test pass. We don't have to propose any changes. So prepare a git commit message for the current change set. Don't forget to include a one-line attribution for Claude. Okay. Anyway, here's the git commit message. Apply. Sorry, I was reading the apply proposed commit. Do the thing. And we can clear from there. And we did that one. The only one left is the barriers or atomic operations. And I'm going to hang on to that one for a little bit here. Maybe we'll do it in the next video. Oops. Git push, GitHub main, and source Q. Oops. Just taking a look. Okay, so it's still leaving trailing white space all over the place. I gotta get that fixed. I'm gonna get all these test Q. And I'm going to grab main, not client, is what I'm going to grab. Okay, so this is just a white space cleanup. So clean up Claude's messy Claude's. That would mean I would have to change these. Clean up Claude's messy white space and trailing white spaces. There we go. Git push GitHub main. There we be. All ready to go for the next video. I'm not 100% sure exactly where I'm going to go with the next one, but I will see you there.